right. Oh, whoops. Hold on a second. I forgot to fix this. Give me a moment. Alright, let's fix this in a jiffy. Where are you? Normal, Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Boom. Except I need to change that. Okay. Oh, yeah. And it's getting windy where I'm at. Yay! I sure hope my power stays on all that crazy shit. Alright. I'm just gonna put that right there. Why is my hair like all poofed up on the front? What? No, what the hell? That's my. It was my headphones that fucked things up a bit. All right. Okay. Let me fix that in a minute. Boom. And almost done here. Almost done. Almost done. Almost done. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, I gotta move that just a tiny bit. Give me a minute. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Alright. Howdy. Full Metal Cowboy slinging a stream of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I really need to be diligent on the what is it? How I start this and all that. But hey, look. I realized I had this all goofed up a little. So that's why I went and fixed it. Okay, and oh yeah, there's my Final Fantasy one. That is for FF7, by the way. Hell yeah. And when I mean FF7, I'm talking about the remake, which I will get around to playing. Getting back to, that is. Okay, okie dokie. I do believe I am ready to go when it comes to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So, this is a revisit of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and as you could tell, when I went to the main scene here, Noir, hold on. I am playing this via Steam, which means I'm playing this through the Master Collection of Metal Gear Solid, even though it really should be just called the Metal Gear franchise, just because, I mean, for goodness sake. Alright. Come here. Okay. Now, this is actually the second time I'm attempting to play the PC port of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and that is because I accidentally forgot to archive my first session of the PC playthrough. So I decided to restart my playthrough of this on PC, but there is one major difference. I went and downloaded a mod for one specific purpose with this playthrough, and that is an audio fix mod, because the opening credits theme sounded compressed, and that is because the source that was used to bring this port to the PC, and I'm assuming other. God, just my nose is itching like crazy. It's probably the worst fucking fluff that's getting in my nose. But damn. The port that was, or the source that was used to bring these modern ports of Metal Gear Solid through, via Master Collection, is based on, or the source used was the Xbox 360 port of the HD collection. And in order to fit both games in one disc, they had to compress the audio and shit, and that is why the audio took a hit on these modern ports. But because I'm playing on PC, it's possible for mods to go and fix the game. And audio was the only thing I noticed that took a hit. Now, when I do go through this playthrough, I am expecting that there's going to be some visual imperfections, and my nose is driving me nuts, man. It's, and I'm sorry if you're seeing me, like, do that every fucking 15 seconds. It's just, I can't help it. It's just my nose itches. And again, it could be Noir's fluff, because, I mean, he does shed during the summer, and I'm guessing during the winter time, too, so, And he's also domestic lawn hair, so they tend to shed fur quite often. So, but yeah. So essentially, I went and put a mod in the game, which is just for the audio. Everything else, I can make do. And if I really want to go out of my way to have the most visually and sonically improved game, like as it should have been, then hey, that's what visual mods and all that shit is for. But I'm not going to worry about that right now, because it's not really something I'm going to dedicate a lot of time just to provide for this. I mean, look, when I eventually do a review of this game, I will consider visual mods, like, to make the game as good as it'll be. So, with that said, let's get Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater going. And also, because this is a revisit, I am going to make this game a weekly occasion. I've already played this. So, but next time, what I'm attempting to do is just doing the entire virtual mission. Or, virtuous mission, not virtual. I don't know what I was saying there. My bad. And upon me playing this is going to be the start of my revisit of the Metal Gear franchise, but I am going to do this in chronological order as opposed to the production order, which I did almost previously. I start my original series of playthroughs when I God, my nose is driving me nuts. I'm sorry. Anyway, my original run of Metal Gear streams started with Solid, then 2, then I think 3. Then after Snake Eater, it was the first 2 Metal Gear games, including Snake's Revenge, which, fuck, I'm not touching that piece of shit again. I really did not like. I didn't like Snake's Revenge at all. What else is there? Then I played Guns of the Patriots. Wait, no. Yeah, Guns of the Patriots. Then Peace Walker. And then I attempted to do Metal Gear Solid 5, but I dropped it initially. But now, when I do get to Metal Gear Solid 5, I am going to stick with the PC port that I have, because the PS3 port sucks ass. Like, it clearly is not. I mean, I'm not going back to that port. It's not really worth playing. I mean, if there's a port I'm willing to fucking sell my copies of, it's going to be MGS5 for PS3. I don't think I want to go back to that version. As I said. Alright, so I'm gonna do options real quick, making sure all my settings are intact. I want resolution to be... Oh my god, my... Why is it recognizing my... Oh, that's strange. Hold on a minute. Okay. Hold on just a moment. I don't know why it's recognizing... It's probably because I got DS4 Windows going on somewhere. And I'm going to go ahead and just disconnect that real quick. Because this son of a bitch likes to... Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and... just hit stop. Because I don't want to use it right now. Alright. Just a second. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, I'm just gonna set this to blue for later, because that's gonna be my... Because blue on my, what you call it, is gonna be designated for... winter, like the first quarter of the year. Alright. Alright. Oh yeah, for some reason it's not... Okay, button icons. Okay, that's what I was kind of wondering what the hell that's about. Alright. Okay, good. Alright. Going to... Okay, custom. I want FHD. And no windowed mode. Alright. Ooh, we got a screenplay book. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. All right. I am gonna be blah, blah, blah. I am of course going to be playing the North American version because that's what I. That's because I'm from the U.S. Any Europeans out there? Hey, go ahead and play the European version. But we do not have the Japanese version. I believe Japanese version is DLC attached. I want to say. All right. Let's do this. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Easily one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm not saying because, oh, a lot of fans say that. It's like, no, for real. Like, I've had mixed feelings about some Metal Gear games, but this is the one where I find it the most exceptional. Like, without a doubt. Alright. 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 I like Metal Gear Solid 3, so let's go with that. What the hell?
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West.
Oh,
this marked the
hell.
beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Okay, I'm closing up my game for a second because I am beginning to suffer stream issues. Okay. That was weird. All right. Give me a minute. I'm going to go ahead and move this down just a tad bit. All right. Okay, that's actually not too bad, I guess. All right, there we go. Hold on a minute, something ain't right. Okay, I'm just gonna move this just up a bit. There we go, that seems balanced. Yep, all right. Dude, what the fuck is going on? Why is my fucking stream taking a hit again? Dude, I don't want to be streaming this if I'm gonna have fucking technical difficulties tonight. Okay, are we done? Are we clear? Alright. So far, so good. I'm going to do MGS3, and we're going to do this normal difficulty. Okay, we're clear.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Oh, yeah. Directed by Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us. Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
One thing. Yeah.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
David Bowie reference.
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, Weapons and equipment to procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
All right, hold on just a second. Shit. All right.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
Damn, how does he
You've
know
lost
that
weight.
much?
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You
Yeah, I had to
know
raise
me.
my mic a bit because the
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No. I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having
Yep.
personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that
Yep.
why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Oh, whoops. Damn it. Sorry.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Alright. Yeah, this game is chatty at the beginning. And it's also chatty much later, at one point, before the finale. It's this, the beginning of Operation Snake Eater, and then in the end game. That's it. Ow, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, I'm trying it again. Alright, let's figure out what we're gonna do next. Oh, what the fuck?
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Yep, that's what's going on.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
All right. All right. Enough of that. All right.
Who's that?
Shit.
HQ, respond. This is HQ. Patrol here. Enemy sighted. Requesting back. Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements.
What the fuck? I love that smirk on his face.
What the? I'm just seeing things.
All right, hold on. go. Oh, what the hell?
Who's that? Come in, HQ. Who's that?
Yeah. Bypass that bullshit, I think.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Alright. Alright, back to Woodland. What the hell? All right. Come on. There we go.
Who's that?
Who the fuck?
Radio! Where's our backup?
There we go. Nice. All right.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Yeah, he's a sadistic son of a bitch, too.
Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
All right.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Alright. I'm a ninja. Or not a ninja, but I know Kung Fu. That's like the stance he's got.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss.
Hold on.
Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot.
Hold on.
Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
There we go.
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Hey, he's pretty good.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
Oh, Fluffy boy. You heard that meow?
GRU operatives?
Hey, Fluffy boy. Wow.
What is that?
No reaction.
stance? Huh. That gun.
If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Excuse me.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
I was just trying to see what he meant by the recoil, like he... Oh, I see.
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll
Let's
catch
see,
up
I've
to
worked
him.
since in
We're
4
counting on
minutes. Okay. Alright. Hold on a second. That's for being a douche. Okay, I'm taking this hat off for now.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask.
Look.
That's what they were making you build?
Yes.
Oh,
The
whoops.
Shagohod. The treading behemoth, a tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Yeah, I would feel the same if I was Sokolov's, if I was in Sokolov's shoes. Yeah, cause I'm afraid of heights myself.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets?
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back.
Oh yeah.
Boss.
Five of us
Dude, that's
all
some
together.
creepy shit right there.
It's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Yeah, this creepy motherfucker right here.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Yeah, this sadistic asshole.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think
Yeah, I
you
noticed
can
it
pull
gets a
the
little
trigger?
louder since I used the mod. Oh boy, this ain't
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
Damn. Well, at least he's taking the infinite ammo with him. Okay, like in Metal Gear Solid 2, like Snake's wearing a bandana. If I remember correctly, he says, "You can take mine, infinite ammo." Like near the end of Sons of Liberty.
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Okay, we're getting close to the end of the prologue here.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener.
Goodness,
and then
I'm
wrap
almost
it in
at the
bandages.
2 hour mark.
That should do it.
20 minutes or
For
so.
lacerations, you'll need
I'm gonna hit the
disinfectant
20-minute
to
mark
clean the
because,
wound,
or I'm gonna
sutures
hit
to
the
stitch
2 hour
it,
mark because of
styptic to slow the flow of blood, and
after the
bandages
opening
to wrap the
credits,
wound.
there's like a very
If you do
chatty bit.
everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely.
It's pretty much a briefing for Operation Snake Eater.
Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
All right, let's go do that. All right. All right. Whoops. There you go. Oh boy. I mean, I know that that's gonna happen, but man, it doesn't help that the bone sound effect is just there, just like, ugh.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Alright. Just about almost done with the prologue of this.
Shagohod.
I think this is... Yeah, I think after this cutscene is when, yeah. I am not looking forward to fighting Volg again. He was a pain in the ass to fucking beat.
A great success.
The end, not so much. Although the end is more tense. He's actually my favorite boss fight. That's not counting the boss.
Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
Hold on. I think I'm... Oh, shit. I think I'm gonna make this a habit whenever Ocelot's on screen.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her.
Great, I got this all tangled up.
Not so fast,
Lovely.
my dear.
What the fuck?
A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
I've played this already, so I'm not... I know what's going on here. Over
Should
that.
we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this
Damn it!
marvelous new toy
Drop
a
my
try.
controller. I'm trying to untangle this shit.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Yeah, Volgan's a fucking prick. Okay, got it. Got my controller all... Alright. There we go. Alright. Time to save the game, which means one thing. The opening credits theme. Here we go. Time to hear one of the greatest opening themes to any video game. Even after 20 years. It's really that good. Even though it is a very James Bond-esque opening theme. That was the point. Let's do this. Let's hear it. And also, while this opening theme plays, I'm turning my mic off so I can shut the fuck up.
What a thrill with darkness and in silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
All right, let's go.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
All right. I'm gonna save my game app once I take control of Snake.
More like an interrogation.
Because we're gonna be here for a while.
I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This
Actually,
fox is
why
still
am I-
one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No.
Hate to say this, cigar sounds really appealing, but you know what? I'm not gonna bother.
Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard that. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war.
Excuse me.
In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. But serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
Ooh, excuse me. It is like, what, 11:05? So
the whole area is polluted.
I'm starting to get tired.
I can only offer
no,
you my
it's not
deepest
because
condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them.
It's not the
with her
whiskey I
as
just
a
had
gift
that's not making
when
me
she
tired.
defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab,
I did eat dinner before this, so
was
should be
destroyed
good.
by
Although
one of
I am
these
feeling a
weapons.
little
Am I right so far?
relaxed,
Yes,
to
that's
put it lightly.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in a violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail...
I'm glad I'm about to call it after this. Like I said, once I take control of Snake, that's gonna be
in
it
order to avoid a
for
full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Yep.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their
Oh, hello!
so that you and I can talk to
Yumi Kikuchi. Who the fuck is she?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of
some actress? Model?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Split screen! Yay! I mean, this game did come out, like, what, a few years after 24 started, so... I'm not saying there's a huge, like, nod to 24 here, but... It's funny to say that because Metal Gear Solid 5 has Kiefer Sutherland as Snake. And Kiefer Sutherland wasn't 24. What a happy landing. And yes, I was making fun of Star Wars where it said, okay, fuck, I'm glad I'm calling this tonight, because I hate to say this, or, no, what did I fucking say? Okay, I can tell I'm a bit buzzed right now.
This is Snake.
But I'm fine.
Can you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snakey.
Yep.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my code name. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
It's a David Bowie
Truth
reference,
is,
too.
when I chose my code name, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Except this game takes
Did you
place
ever see the
before
movie The
Space
Great
Odyssey
Escape?
came
It
out.
Came out last year.
I must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW
Okay.
camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You use the name of the tunnel they escaped in.
I just realized if you said the first 2 names in a different order, except Tommy said last, that shit would have been funny.
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis
Great
before
Escape.
it was finished.
I hear that's classic.
I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film.
Yeah, just
from
like
the movie
Major
company.
Zero here. He clearly, what was it? Major Zero.
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been
His
doing
film
all
buff side of
Major
him
Zero it
is
is.
definitely
We'll start over from
a
square
huge like nod to
From
Hideo
square zero.
Kojima because he's a massive
My
film buff.
frequency is
I'm a
140.85.
semi film buff. I mean, I do care about the
I
game
almost
quite a lot.
forgot paramedic
Fuck,
is
I
with
want
us
to
again on this
call a
mission.
night.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons.
I'll definitely talk to him in a bit too.
You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with
Yep,
Adam
haven't
first
played
and
this
use
game. I know who
Sokolov
Adam
to
is.
rescue Sokolov.
And
How will I know this
damn.
Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area has been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lule Lo."
Lale Lule Lo.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site
Lale
weapons
Lule
acquisition.
Lo. Lale
Circumstances
Lule
are different
Lo.
this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
The way to say it is commencing Operation Snake Eater. That's the way to do it. Okay. Finally, I can take control of Snake and, shit, I got the wrong button, did I? It was... There we go. It was select, or whatever the hell you call it.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so
Shit,
good
I hit
to
the
hear
wrong
from you
button.
again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't it?
It's
4
me.
days, actually. I visited you in the hospital. You were still unconscious, though.
Bare Naked Ladies, 1 week.
Yeah, but you were all wrapped
Silly
up in
song, but it has
bandages
the
and tubes,
catchiest
so I couldn't
opening
do
hook of a
anything.
lyric. BX Band.
Let's hope so. But seriously,
Oh my.
don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat something to replenish your stamina. And try not to get yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so.
He's asking again.
I heard you're going to lose
Fucking
your
face
medical
smacked.
license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you. Snake, you're the best agent I've ever seen. But you push yourself too hard. You're reckless. Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and the boss don't kill each other. So that's why I volunteered.
Is she talking about
you couldn't ask for a better guardian
this?
angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Okay, you know what?
Stop right there.
I mean, okay.
You
Guess
can thank me when you get back.
guess she's got a point.
All right.
She broke the fourth wall unintentionally. Except, look, I wasn't hinting I was being reckless with the whiskey. It's just. I just finished it, so. And that's it for me tonight on that too. Once I'm at the state, okay, because I will admit I am a little buzzed, but once I reach that state, I'm like, okay, that's my cutoff. That is my signal to fucking cut off on that shit for the rest of the night. Like, I am not like most. I am not like some who fucking get carried away and drinking that shit. When I feel buzzed or if I fucking get hammered, that is usually my cue to say, okay, gotta calm that shit down. Because when I'm buzzed,
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of
Hold on.
Godzilla King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
I've seen
It's
Godzilla
about
Minus
this
One. That's a
monster
fucking
called
amazing
Godzilla,
film.
Who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear
I need to watch the
test and
original.
goes on
I
a
probably
rampage
should.
to
I don't know
Tokyo.
why I haven't
Nuclear
watched
test,
it
huh?
all this
The
time.
Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Damn right it does.
Where can I
I'm
see the
aware of that.
original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well,
If you wait 40
at the
years, you
time,
might be
sure.
able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Yeah, this is totally like a huge, like, what is it? Obvious signal that, yeah, we, like, Hideo Kojima, film buff, like this is kind of like the point where it's like, yeah, we know Hideo Kojima's a film buff. I mean, this is why, what is it? Metal Gear Solid has been cited for being a cinematic video game franchise. I mean, it is Hideo Kojima, like, using his, love for film and then, you know, what is it? Applying that into video games, like, yeah. He definitely pushed the envelope on cinematic video game storytelling. So yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. As I was saying before this conversation happened, give me a minute. As I was saying about when I'm buzzed, at least I'm still conscious. Like, at least I have some sense of, at least my conscious is mostly intact. So usually when I feel buzzed, I have this, like, conscious awareness that, like, oh shit, I'm buzzed. And that's usually the point where I stop for a period of time. And I usually space out, between the last time I consume alcohol and the next time I do. Yeah. Okay. We're done with Snake Eater. Okay, it's additional settings. Back to main menu. Yes. Return to the main menu. We're done. I'm done with this. Alright. Oh, goodness. It is good to be back on this one. And, shit. Hey, what are you doing? Knock it off. I'm fine. Fluffy boy. Oh, a sec. I'm turning off my fucking turntable because I'm done using it for tonight. You know what? At least I'm going to bed shortly after this. So, alright. I think I may... Oh, goodness. Alright. Yes? What is it, my sweet fluffy boy? You better not fucking smack me, you better not smack me, boy. Who's a good boy? Who's my sweet fluffy boy? Yeah, you are. You're a sweet fluffy boy. Tried pointer, best fierce. Fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. Fucking bots, man. Can't stand those pricks. Best viewers, cheap viewers, enough. Getting bots. Annoying pet peeve of mine. That's why I just ban their asses. Because I know they're not legit fucking accounts. But yeah, anyway. Okay, yeah, seriously, I think when I took a sizable gulp, I think that fucking did it. I should have just slowed down on that. My bad. But, you know, at least right now I'm feeling like, okay, I know what's going on, and this is usually my sign, like, okay, no more fucking alcohol for the night. But at least for tomorrow, I'll be streaming something, whatever comes to mind. But as for after that, definitely the big thing that's coming tomorrow is going to be a reaction to the Game Awards, and that's going to be the main event for tomorrow streaming wise. But I will stream something before that. At least that's the plan. I do want to focus on my AMV editing too, because hey, you know, I only got 2 months to finish that son of a bitch, and you know, hey, you know, I'll figure something out. But for the main event for tomorrow, it's going to be the Game Awards reaction. At least that's... I realized I'm about to repeat myself. Never mind. Anyway, I'm starting to get tired. I'm also buzzed at the same time, so I probably should just fucking wrap this up when I have the opportunity to do so. And it's not often I fucking end up buzzed. I mean, in the case of Snake Eater, I figured, fuck it, I'll have something to kind of celebrate the occasion. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, some whiskey was just a means of celebrating this game's 20th anniversary. Like, I wasn't doing this for, what, Genshin or some shit? Not Genshin or some shit. What was I doing this week that was... whatever. Although, I can say this, something I am planning on at some point soon, cutting down on this shit. Not simply because of, you know, some of the risks that come with alcohol. It's more of like, well, financial / like weight loss reasons. Although whiskey doesn't seem to be detrimental to weight loss, but still, it's like, I don't want to be buying alcohol, like, on occasion. Like, I kind of want to cut back on the spending, too. I just don't want to waste it, personally. So. But, yeah. Think of it as a New Year's why did I almost say revolution? Yeah, this is what happens when I'm fucking tired and buzzed at the same time. Like, I just fucking get words all mixed up. Yeah. As for when I return to Snake Eater, let's see. Maybe next week. Because I've already played this, so I can always save this for, like, next week. Shit. I just realized I have to work next Wednesday. Fuck. I'll play it sometime when I have free time. Tomorrow, we'll see. Aside from the Game Awards. It's gonna be something before the Game Awards, so maybe sometime around 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Fuck. 11 a.m. Sometime around that. But once it hits... What is it? Game Awards is... What time? I could have sworn it was 4 o'clock that the Game Awards starts. Let me check real quick. Damn it. The Game Awards.
According to Wikipedia, the Game Awards 2024 is an up...
4:30. 3:30. Shit. Alright. So yeah. But when it hits 4, that's when I'm gonna go live and, you know, pretty much pre-awards, you know, like 30 minutes being dedicated to like pre-awards, like talk or some shit. And speaking of the Game Awards, that reaction is going to be, shit. So, joining my reaction to that will be McKenna Critiques. He's going to be a co-reactor with me on this. And it will be streamed on my channel, and that was agreed on. So, so there's that. Okay, I'm actually starting to feel less buzzed. I'm actually glad because I was kind of feeling like a little out of it for a moment, but now I think I'm starting to kind of snap out of that drowsy kind of sensation. It's just my voice clearly sounds a little loopy, but God bless you, Noir. You're welcome. But yeah, okay, but seriously, I'm a little tired, and yeah, I'll get around to doing Persona 5 sometime this week, because, I mean, next day at work is going to be on Sunday, so, which reminds me, I need to update my schedule on both my offline status and on my Twitch schedule, too, so. But I'll fix that tomorrow because I'm clearly not in the best like mental condition to just work on that shit because again, I'm feeling mostly tired. So yeah, okay. I'm feeling less I'm feeling less loopy. Like I'm actually starting to kind of wake back up a bit. So I think the alcohol's starting to wear off a little bit, which I mean, like I said, game just had 20th anniversary recently. I figured why didn't excuse me. That was my throat kind of closing up a bit. I figured why not? But yeah, it's getting late, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, get some sleep, and get ready for tomorrow. Because Game Awards is tomorrow. And you know what? I expect it to be possibly a shit show, but hey, who knows? There might be some surprise announcements, some surprise winners, and maybe some obvious winners, who knows? But the fun shall commence tomorrow. Hopefully it's fun. Yeah. Okay. I'm heading out. So, I noticed I am aware that there is one viewer, according to my Streamlabs. I'm looking at the top right, it says one viewer. Whoever is here, if you're here, thank you for tagging along. In any capacity, whether you... I didn't get any comments throughout the stream, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect people who hop in here to say something. If that viewer just wants to simply watch, all good. I'm not gonna hold against that viewer. Because there are some channels where I just simply watch. One of them, namely, being Bob Ross, because I don't really have much to say on that channel. But yeah. Okay. I think I've spent enough time rambling post session. So anyway, have a good night. Especially if you live in the West Coast or anywhere in the US. Have a good night. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow with something and the Game Awards. So take care. Okay, in all honesty, I am starting to get really tired now. So, my buzz is kind of pretty much mostly gone. I'm just really fucking tired now. Okay, that's it. For real, I'm heading out. Take care. Have a good night.